Mm-hmm. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly, and we are Real Estate Jerky Daily. Let me go down. There we go. Just a hair down.
Let me go up.
All right. What's going on today? Not much, but the bond market's actually rallying today.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, no, we're down 4 basis points now. I just got a text a second ago. We were up like 17.
You spoke too soon.
That's how bad it's like. I always say it's like one of those heart rate monitors, which Marsha really hates when I say that, but that's how it is. It just goes, you never know where it's going to be throughout that day.
Over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. I came across an article saying that in the 15-year, we have a market share increase in the broker industry. That would be my side of the business.
Right.
We're up to 24.3% in fourth quarter of 2023. That's the highest number since 2019. However, they didn't talk about it in 2005. We had 68% of the market.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. But we had 20,000 people come over to the wholesale channel last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And it's still growing because it's just you have more control over your costs and everything else. And I'm not knocking if you like to be at someplace else. That's your choice.
Yep.
I just know what I like. And I've been a broker forever and a day.
One day.
Forever and a
day.
All right.
Yeah. What's the new bill?
So there's not enough challenges with the shopping industries and everything else, and then let's raise the $20 an hour kind of thing to all the fast food places. And now there's such challenges right now in all of our industries, especially in California. So they're going after they have the self-checkout aisle. Right now they're saying there's this bill that's coming out that would prohibit grocery stores or retail drugstores from offering self-checkout options unless all the following conditions are met, which I think they normally do that.
So wait, Senate Bill 1446.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Checkouts are limited to 10 items or less, at least one manual. So is that like you have a manual there, or
do.
his name?
I think
manual?
His last name is either Ortez or Garcia.
Okay, that's just wrong. Staff checkout station is available. Customers are prohibited from purchasing certain items. Oh, you can't do alcohol. So what else?
Well, you can. You just have to have manual come over and say, "Oh,"
and they don't let you. They don't let you get out of there. It's the same thing at Costco. Get out of that aisle, go over there and charge it. So you have to go somewhere else and have that pay for that. Employee can only monitor up to 2 self-service stations. So Target has like 8. And they have one person. So that means that person, you got to now have 3 or 4.
Well, Target actually has 2 people, one person in the front of the line and one person in the back of the line.
When's the last time you've been to Target?
6.5 years ago.
Exactly. Because they don't. Normally they don't have anybody there anymore.
Yeah.
Employees relieved from all other duties while monitoring because all they can do is focus on that. They can't do anything else. Also requires stores to employ artificial intelligence to complete an assessment before implementing the technology.
Wait.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence.
Yeah. AI to complete an assessment.
Yeah. To tell you what's going on, what's not going on. Because you remember when Amazon had all those stores and they said it was self-checkout, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out they had a bunch of people in India going through the things, and that's how they charged you. They're going through the video, and that's how they were charging. It wasn't automatic. It was somebody, and that's why they stopped it because, we found out it really was a ton of people in India going through the video and hitting you up. Yeah. So that's just, it's like they don't have enough challenges, and now they have this challenge.
This act will
protect workers in public by ensuring safe staffing levels at grocery stores and drugstores. Bullshit. The only thing this is going to do, so one of the people that work there says, well, you've had people just walk out through the self-checkout.
Yeah.
Well, we've had people just walk out through the regular checkouts and say, hey, $950, I'm underneath that limit. Come check me. That has nothing to do with self-checkout.
Right.
This is just ridiculous. It's like I'm a drunk driver. And so how to protect everybody else is everybody else can't drive their cars except for drunk drivers.
And of course, is the bill written by Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas, a Democrat in Los Angeles?
Oh, shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else did you have to say?
No, who cares? I've observed customers that was the actual, that was the person that worked
the
there.
walkout. Yeah.
Yeah. That was bringing up. Yeah. But then they, you have a coalition of 4 lawmakers in the U.S. House of Representatives, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, who come together to found the Bipartisan Congressional Real Estate Caucus.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. 3 of the 4 members say that their previous experience work in real estate are reasons for forming the group and attempting to support the industry. Real estate represents 16% of the U.S. GDP,
Yes.
supports 2.8 million jobs, and generates $50 billion in tax revenues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I checked. So they say who they are. The group announced on Monday includes Representative Mark Alford from Mississippi, J. Lewis, was that Corell?
I don't see the names.
Yeah, keep going down. It's anyway.
A little bit further.
California, Democrat, California,
Korea.
Thank you. Tracy Mann from Kansas and Brittany Peterson from Colorado.
Okay.
So I checked out this guy, and if it's the same guy because he had his name changed, his former name was this. Now he uses his L.
Jose Luis Correa.
Yeah, but now he's Jose L. Correa.
Okay.
Anyway, he's been a broker since he's had a salesperson license in 87.
Okay.
And he's been a broker since 91.
Okay.
So, but he has no affiliation. So I wonder if it's just because he's keeping a license there because,
so he can buy and sell his own stuff.
Or he just because he's in Congress now, our House of Representative. He's out of Anaheim. So
and NAR is going to publicly support it.
So it's supported by NAR, it's supported by MBA, Mortgage Banker Association, the National Association of Home Builders, and the American Land Title Association, and many other groups that take money from all of them.
What's their objective? What are they trying?
They're trying to protect you guys. That's the problem. They're putting together. You got to have caucuses and you got to have
coalitions.
Yeah, and task force. The one thing that's really bothering me though is with this whole Trump thing that's going on and the whole porn star thing, and they keep throwing out these gag orders.
Yeah.
Can't they come up with a better name? I'm just saying that's that's just wrong.
Lord, that is horrible.
That is just wrong.
I had to stop.
That took me for hours to come up with that one.
Really? You could have just talked to me for a second. Mike, it looks like Mike McClanahan liked that.
Yep, something.
The gag orders.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's just, come on. Can you come up with something else? And it's $10,000. That's $1,000 a time for each one of the gag orders. That's a pretty expensive one.
Expensive gag.
Yeah. Better be good looking.
Oh, well, it doesn't really matter as long as they're gagging.
All right, let's move on from there.
Mortgage applications.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll have some news. Mortgage applications, 10-year auction, Thursday's initial jobless claims, and 30-year bond auction. So there really isn't a lot of news except for what we talked about. But then there is all right, so Florida passed a law that says it's Florida's SB 264, illegally denies access to housing to people from China and several other countries.
Okay.
That's a loose statement there because what it does is doesn't allow people from foreign countries to buy farmland in Florida. I don't know if you know this, but a bunch of farmland was bought around certain bases and certain places throughout the U.S. and it's owned by China and other places. So now certain states pass laws saying you can't do that. You can't go around and buy that and be right.
Well, close. I think didn't they reverse those sales as well?
I don't know if they've done that, but this law went into effect in July of 2023, and now this Asian Real Estate Association of America and the National Fair Housing Alliance Housing Opportunities Project for Excellent Fair Housing Center of Greater Palm Beaches have filed a lawsuit against that Senate bill.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, it's so under the law, individuals from China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, and Syria are prohibited from owning, acquiring agricultural land in the state and from owning or acquiring any interest in real property within 10 miles of any military installation or critical infrastructure in the state.
Duh.
No, but additionally, Chinese Communist Party or other Chinese political party officials or member Chinese. It makes sense. I think they should do it, make it a national law.
Yep.
Because in the past, we had done this. We've had these things in place to protect our bases and other things from foreign entities coming over and stuff. And if you don't think this really happens, there's so many documentaries on how in certain consulates across the street from another one, when they're building the buildings, they put in microphones, they put in certain things to listen to both sides to know what's going on. This is truly still going on, and you just have to understand.
You just don't need this kind of stealth right under your nose, and it only makes sense.
Yeah.
In further news, I read a report this morning that there's a whiner in Austin, Texas.
Whiner or winery?
A whiner. WHINER.
The one guy.
Yeah. And I kind of I feel her plight. She's pissed off that so many Californians came over during the rush, in 22 and 23, drove housing prices up so high that their children who are growing up and getting married can no longer afford to purchase in their state and or their locale. And now those Californians are leaving in droves. And simply because of lack of supply, the prices are still, even though they've dropped 11%, they went up 60% in 2 years. They've dropped 11% this year, but the lack of supply is still keeping those home prices way up. That's going to happen with any state that is higher priced than the state you live in, and they flock to your state. I feel bad for you. I mean, we see it happen here in Modesto, where kids come back from college and they cannot afford a basic entry level home because
values have went up.
Values have gone up, and they've gone
and
up.
It wasn't from people from, I guess it was from people from California.
Yeah, it was. Those little bastards from California, they kept moving around, coming from more expensive cities and paying cash for property over here.
It's happening everywhere.
It's called commerce.
It's called supply and demand.
Yeah.
Build more homes. And
Exactly.
The problem, their values went up so much is because there was such a demand for these houses and they were not building them fast enough. That's
There's
the same
our biggest
problem
issue.
right now.
Yep.
It's all supply and demand.
Right.
If you guys had more supply,
prices would come down.
They would have stayed steady and only went up like 7%.
Yeah.
The problem is during those 3 years to 2020, 21, and 22, values went up pretty much 66% in many of these markets, including ours. And that's the issue.
You drastically increase supply, your home values will come down a bit.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
No,
they're not. The builders we're not even where we want to build. And I'm actually, we've had some value, the bond market come, get better. Oh, we're up 23 basis points. So I told you, it's just like crazy stuff.
Now they're on their sprint again.
Well, the big thing is today they talked about CoreLogic and Black Knight both came out with their numbers, and pretty much one's at 55% increase and one's at 56% increase year over year. Yeah. So the numbers are just there. We're going to continue to go up in value. But our bond 10-year went down to 4.42 versus we've been as high as 4.8 something in the last, month or so. Yeah. Well, it seems like a week, but it's probably been a month. But I'm hearing stuff like, be careful because in June and July, we're going to see inflation is really at the same as the interest rate right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to come back and rear its ugly head and cause major problems. And if that happens, you're going to think the 7.5% rates are amazing. This is going to be like those little commercials we see on all the places. Well, we were thinking about 15, but it went to 17, and we'd love to get the 15% interest rate back.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. So if you're thinking about buying, you need to get into that
now.
Yes, and I know there's not a lot of inventory, and we're not going to see a ton of people drop their houses on the market if rates keep going up. It's just not going to happen because they have a low interest rate and they don't have to move.
I've had 4 new listings in my neighborhood. None of them with me, but God, 2 of them
piss you off.
No, it doesn't. I mean, 2 of them were actually realtors that owned the home.
Damn them.
Yeah, and then the other one, the best friend listed. And who was the other one? Realtor, best friend, realtor. They're 3 out of 4 are realtors.
Okay.
So average time on the market in the neighborhood, 2 days.
Wow.
2 days.
Yeah. And in this market where no one's buying.
Exactly. And
it's about location.
Mid-sevens,
location.
8, 925.
Yeah. I had a couple of people looking to buy up in Sonora, and it was a $800,000 house, and they have a place in Waterford, and their payment's only like $2,000. And I'm like, you understand your payment's going to triple.
Yeah,
I know your wife thinks this is the best thing for her. Has a house. I mean, house. Of course, they have houses. I mean, a barn that they have horses in that they can rent those stalls, which they already rented, and something else they can Airbnb. They can make the money, but the question really is, you're going to have to make the money in order to do this.
Right,
and so it scares off a lot of people. That $6,200 a month payment.
God, that's close to my 2 payments to get put together.
I'm just saying, and your trailer. Anyway.
That's a tiny payment.
I said all of them together.
Yeah.
No, but that's what you run into. People look at the
Yeah.
numbers, and I have people who are looking to buy, the house that they're in certain neighborhoods, and they're like, they just don't understand where the real market is.
Right.
And that went back to that thing we talked about 2 weeks ago, where Modesto is at the number one premium market in the state,
Right.
because people think the value is this, when in reality it's really this, about $100,000 more.
Cool.
All right, that's all I have for today.
Me
That was a
too.
lot more than I didn't have.
That's a lot more than we thought we had.
All right, something like that. All right, make it a great day. Thanks for being here.
Peace
We
out,
really
brothers and
appreciate you.
sisters.
Let somebody else know that what we do. Thank you.
Yep.
Have a great day.